Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Pushback Darkness. This is AJ. It is the end of the year. 2024 is a breeze in the wind, and 2025 is quick approaching. I wanted to jump on real quick before we get into the new year and talk about two things with you. I know it feels like 1999 all over again. When you remember when the computers were supposed to stop and everything was going to come to a crashing halt? Well, it feels like that a little bit with all the drones, and now we have fog. Have you guys seen the stories on the fog and the plane crashes? It's crazy out there. So I don't know what's going to happen in 2025. It could be just business as normal, or it could get crazy, but we shall see. So I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes tonight about the money we're sending overseas, which is crazy amounts, and the fog. If you've got information on the fog, you've got to put it down in the comments. And while you're down there, please do me a favor. If you can like and subscribe, that would be awesome. So let's jump into it, and then I'll let you get to your New Year's festivities. So as we're looking here, Joe Biden decided the other day he wanted to go and give a bunch of money to Africa, which in one aspect, I get it. They need money, and we've got a lot of it, so we can help them. But do we have a lot of it? So one of the things that's weird, if you think about it, if you've ever seen the national debt clock, it's crazy. We owe a ton of money, and there's no way we're going to be able to pay that back. But what we end up doing is we end up sending billions of dollars to other countries. Is that good? Well, for some things, yes, but for other things, no. So let's check at a little bit of what we're sending it for. So if we look down here, it is mentioning down in this line down here, it says the funding will assist affected populations. I don't know what affected is, but affected populations. So maybe poor populations, but isn't all of Africa struggling in some way, shape, or form when you get out of major cities? But such as protection. So they're going to give money for protection. I don't know what that would be. Mental health, education, and shelter. So the United States is going to be struggling on its own for mental health, but yet we'll send money to other countries so they can help their people with mental health. So that just seems like a no-brainer to me. Literally, yeah, no pun intended. And another thing in that is like we are borrowing money to give money. So I did a little bit of a deep dive. I went and hit the AI overview just to see, and emergency healthcare, water and sanitation, protection, which I don't know what that is. Is that troops? That's not people over there. I think that's more of like maybe we're paying for their troops. I have no idea. Maybe if you know, put down the comments. But I had to look here. So this site right here, if you go to foreignassistance.gov, this site is crazy. It will show you the amount of money we were actually sending to other countries. And I won't spend very much time on it, but I wanted to show you a couple things. Yemen, the country that's actually firing rockets towards Israel. And granted, this was as of 2023. So we don't have the updated ones. So maybe as of 24, they cut them off. But as of 2023, we were sending $717 million to Yemen, which doesn't make any sense to me. And if you go through this list on the side, there is a lot of countries in here. So Zimbabwe, we're sending $239 million to Zimbabwe. And we're sending, let's go, Angola, only $39 million. That's chump change. You guys probably know Joe Biden's got that in his pocket. So Albania, $13 million. That's nothing. But these numbers add up. So if you go to like Austria, there's zero. So a lot of the NATO countries, I've noticed like Argentina's a zero too. And so is Australia. But I know we give money to them. So maybe it's not on foreign assistance. Maybe it's on something else. But every single one of these other countries, we totally give money to. Bahrain. So they actually, looks like they gave us money on that one. I don't know how that happened. And then Belarus, old Republican that used to be Russian. We gave them 20 million. So I don't know. To me, if we can't afford to pay our own bills and we got problems at home, why are we sending money to these other countries? Some people say if we don't send them money, then places like China and Russia will do it, and then they become close with them. But I don't know. At what point does that stop? So there you go. So I'll stop on that. I'm going to jump to the next subject here. So one of the things I've been looking at is this crazy fog. If you jump on X or if you jump on TikTok and you just type in fog, you're going to get 1,000,001 videos. But if you have seen any videos that actually are testing the air or having air quality information, I'd love to be able to see it. Maybe you can shoot me an email. It's on my YouTube page. But check this out. Check out what this guy says. I'll rewind it and I'll blow it up here so you can see it. But he's talking about the fog. He's talking about it having a chemical smell. And I know fog has a smell anyway to a point, but he's saying that it smells. So listen to this.
All right, so it's crazy foggy right now. But that's not the weird part, okay? Like, number one, it's weird because as it gets later in the day, fog should lighten, dissipate, and it's really not. But the weirdest part is the taste and smell. It smells like after you set off a bunch of fireworks, and like the taste of the air is, I mean, the only word I can think of is toxic. It's super.
So that's crazy. So that's David Bamber there. He's got a TikTok channel if you want to go check him out. But that is interesting. So the fact that it has a smell, which is very odd. Now there has been people, of course, you know, it's always conspiracy theory until it's actually proven. But, you know, I'll join the conspiracy theory bandwagon and talk about the fact that there could be spraying going on. There's some things that are just super fishy. So check out this girl here. She actually did a test where she had put in a filter, and then after 30 days, I'll jump into about
in my house
a little bit into it. So she goes and she shows a filter where she had cleared it out of her house. I don't know why she's covering her mouth in her house, which that doesn't make any sense. But check out, this is a new
filter. No, keep in mind, I just changed this filter like a month ago. Let me show you the one that I'm about to pull out. What?
Okay, so then she pulls out this filter, and I'll fast forward a little bit so you can see. So that's hard to tell that way, but when you go that way, that's black. So I don't know what's in that, but that's no good. So maybe if that's not a common thing for her house, or if they're not doing construction or something else going on, then yeah, that's crazy. So this is a shot here. So this is in Florida. Now I know Florida gets fog, but they're saying it smells like bug spray. So there's a smell associated with it. Check this out. So it's thick, 9 a.m. thick, and it stinks. It's got a smell to it. Super weird, super bizarre. So there's an article, I actually went in here, and there is an article on the Times Now World, which, you know, I don't give much credit to some of these news agencies and some of these articles, but they're calling it FogVid24 in love of all of our 2020 stuff. So they're saying a thick fog referred to as FogVid24 has affected travel throughout the US and UK. That's interesting. So it's not only here, it's in the UK, but UK gets fog anyway. So there has been flight delays, rail difficulties, and dangers on highways. And they, as you go down here, there's some different videos that have been shown, but I'll click on one of them. This is pretty crazy. This takes us to X also, but they're showing, that one's got creepy music to it. So I'll mute that. That'll just get scary. I won't be able to sleep with that one. So look how thick that is. So it looks like snow, but it has particles of some kind in it. And then if we jump onto this one here, back on these two guys, this is the guy we just listened to. So this guy here, I think he's in England. Let's listen to him real quick. Right here.
Looks like it's conclusive.
Sorry about that.
Looks like it's conclusive. FogVid24 is a real thing. The previous video is going viral. If you go and read the comment section, everybody's saying they were completely fine. They didn't feel anything coming on. But then as soon as they went out in this fog, whatever it is, they got a sore throat. They had to go to bed. They couldn't sleep. They were bummed up. They had migraines. They lost all their energy. And not only them, everyone in the household. There's mums reporting on it saying all the kids are ill. We've got people in Kentucky. We've got people in Sweden. We've got people in Finland, all reporting the same thing. The fog has made them sick. And you know, it's scenarios like this that always happen.
So that is crazy weird. So you've got a fog that is everywhere. Now, there's nothing weird about fog, but the fact that people are starting to report sicknesses and smells and different things, I don't know. At this point, it's just hypothesis, but it really feels like something's going on. So if you've got info, if you've seen some stuff, please post it. I would love to interact back and forth in the comments with you. But it's crazy. Let's finish off what he says, and then I'll let you guys get to your New Year's festivities.
Have an adverse effect. Whatever they're doing in the skies, whatever they're spraying, whatever this fog is, they're obviously doing it for a reason, but it is going to wake people up. People have had enough. They're sick of being poked, they're sick of being prodded, they're sick of poison in the air and poison in the food, poison in the milk, poison in the mind. We're being pummeled in more ways we can imagine to demoralise us over a period of time, so when things get to a critical point and everyone's screaming out for a saviour, the government's going to be there, but they were the ones that created the problem in the first place.
Yeah, well, let's hope that's not the case. If people start crawling out to government, that means they've got some big adjustments that are going to have to be made in their mind, because after 2020, we realize the government really doesn't have anything going on. The only one that has anything going on is God and Jesus. And so hopefully you guys are plugged into that, and hopefully you have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Stay safe out there. Don't drink and drive, and call a friend. When you get into 2025, call somebody you haven't talked to for a while, and encourage somebody. It's still holiday times. There's still a lot of people that are fighting depression and dealing with things. So let 2025 be a year where you become the person who just brings happiness and joy to others. All right, so hope you have an awesome evening, and we will catch you on the next stream. If you stayed this long, I appreciate it. Have a good one.